Hey, it's Denis Shapovalov. Welcome to The Slice.
We're here in Stuttgart. We're back on the grass. How do you describe the feeling coming from clay to grass?
Yeah, it's amazing, especially for someone that's not a huge fan of clay and someone that loves grass. You know, it's a great feeling always to be back, and yeah, it definitely suits my game. So it's great to be playing here.
How would you kind of capture that clay season for you? I know you skipped Monte Carlo and Barcelona, and then had a crazy run in Rome with the fans and beating Rafa, and then maybe a disappointing finish for you. How would you encapsulate that all?
Yeah, for sure. It was. I mean, obviously tough at the French Open. Had a tough draw playing
Totally.
Rune. You know, he's playing some great tennis, so a little bit difficult there. But definitely overall, I think it was pretty good. Got a couple good matches in Rome. In Madrid. Rome was obviously great, beating Rafa. You know, started to play some really good tennis there, and yeah, honestly, didn't expect so much from myself going into the season, into the clay season pretty late. You know, so definitely. I think satisfied overall with it, and just happy to be on the grass and ready for this season.
Yeah, it's definitely a different season. Obviously, I know I've heard in the media some with the points. Has that been on your mind coming in? Like, it's obviously probably got to be stressful, not even being able to defend your points coming to Wimbledon.
For sure, it was tough during the French Open, knowing that decision had been made, and you know, a lot would rely on my French Open because I hadn't played the year before, so I could make a lot of points and kind of salvage that that semifinals run that I had at Wimbledon. So of course, that was a little bit of added pressure I felt in the back of my mind throughout that week. But for sure, it's difficult. It's a difficult situation, I think, for everybody, and that's why I chose to also play as much as I can on grass, play Mallorca as well, to try to play as many tournaments as I can on this surface, and try to make as many points as possible.
For sure. And have they given you any update, like the ATP, on whether they'll be not allowing to defend the points, or are they going to give you half points, or have they made any changes to that?
So far, it's just been that they're getting rid of the points. I know a lot of guys are trying to fight to at least keep some of the points. I was one of the guys that's been on board with 50% off. Obviously it's not fair to keep all the points, but at least give us something. We don't have a chance. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's been kind of a struggle with the ATP. Not all the players are being heard. So that's a little bit of a situation we kind of have, but there's a lot of players right now kind of standing up and trying to fight for it.
That's good. So we might see some more developments on that in the coming weeks here on the grass. So yeah, we're looking forward to your grass run. Shapo Shelter, tell me a little bit about that. When did that idea kind of first get birthed in your mind?
Honestly, it was probably last year-ish, where, I mean, it comes from before then. Obviously, I've got a huge passion for helping animals. I've helped out a lot of different shelters through my life, always been supporting and giving donations and stuff like that to various shelters. But actually, I wanted to open up my own shelter, and then I started asking a bunch of different shelters what it would require, what it would take, and obviously, the feedback that I got was it's a lot of work, and it would be impossible for me to do it, So I actually met with a couple of friends that I didn't know shared the same kind of passion. They were helping out a shelter in Mexico already, finding adoptions for animals, and I kind of liked that idea that they're helping a shelter or they're involved with a shelter. So we kind of made that idea together that, hey, let's get involved with a bunch of different shelters and just promote the animals and share their stories, because I mean, obviously the different shelters that I've been to, I've heard all these crazy stories about all these animals, like how abused they were and how unlucky they are, and obviously they can't tell their story. So our mission was to create a page where we can tell their stories and hopefully get some of those animals adopted.
That's awesome, man, and good for you for getting business partners together almost to
Sure.
get that mobilizing, because you probably don't have tons of time while you're on tour.
Definitely.
Last thing, when we interview someone here, we call them friends of the show afterwards. Is that fair to say?
Of course, yeah, for sure.
And while you're in Europe, I'm new to the tour, so this is my first year kind of traveling with you guys, touring, so a lot of travel involved.
Welcome.
Thank you. Do you have any tips for me as far as travel, some things I got to do, or hacks, travel hacks?
I think actually depending on your hobbies, try to find something you can do in every city. Like, for example, I love coffee. So I try to visit every cafe in every city that I go to. I try to find a cafe that I like, you know, sit down, go there with my team. And, you know, there's a lot of dead time in tennis, especially probably for you, you know, but it would be good, you know, to have somewhere to kill time. And every year you go back, you kind of feel like home when you come back.
Good. I will note that, and I'll implement that. Thanks, Shapo, for being on the Slice, and
Thanks,
we'll
appreciate it.
keep following you along the tour.
Thanks, man.